Hello, my name is Kalen. I'm here to tell you about pit bulls and how vicious they are. It is common knowledge that they are ruthless baby killers. I would like to take a few moments to properly educate you on this very dangerous breed. The first thing I want to talk about is their infamous locking jaw. Anyone with a brain knows that a pit bull can lock its jaw when it attacks. This prevents the victim from freeing itself. According to Dr. Brisbane of the University of Georgia, and I quote, "There is absolutely no evidence of an existence of any kind of locking mechanism unique to the structure of the jaws and or teeth of the American Pit Bull Terrier. This proves that there is absolutely no locking..." Wait, what? So apparently they don't have a locking jaw. We have all been horribly duped. Oh, that's kind of embarrassing. Moving on. Just because their jaws doesn't lock doesn't mean that they don't have the most powerful bite. According to experts, National Geographic did a bite force study using Rottweilers, German Shepherds, and Pit Bulls. They found that Rottweilers had an average bite of 328. German Shepherds was 238, and Pit Bulls were 235. So, in a nutshell, hey, that proves that I am completely wrong again. What the heck? At least I can prove this one. I've heard it on the news, so I know it's true. Their brains swell up and then cause them to go psycho and kill everything they see. You know, like in that movie, Cujo. It is possible for a pit bull's brain to swell. Dr. Stephen Lane states that this is caused by a rare canine brain disease called syringomyelia. The main side effect is brain damage to certain functions, weakness, paralysis. Basically, this means that when a pit bull's brain swells up, it loses most of its motor function and it is no longer able to attack you. Damn it, I really thought that I nailed that one. At least I was partly true, sort of. I know that at least they are involved in the majority of dog attacks. This alone should be enough proof to prove my point. The APPMA did a study where they compared the U.S. population of 4 different breeds of dogs to the annual number of attacks for each breed. They found, given the population, that pit bulls came in last at 0.2125, where Rottweilers came in at 0.433. Wait, let's look at this differently. How many people die on average compared to other cases of death? This is a handy little diagram provided by 1-800-PET-MEDS. So I am reading this correctly. Over 5 million pit bulls in the United States, and I'm more likely to die by flaming pajamas. I think I'd rather die by pit bull. Obviously, we have been misinformed. Where have we gotten this painfully inaccurate information? Let's start from the beginning. The first fact that everyone knows is true, and is actually true, is that pit bulls were bred for fighting. This has been a focal point for misinterpretation of the breed. This gives the image of viciousness. Though it is true that they were bred to fight dogs, they were not bred to attack humans. Part of the blueprint and conditioning of this breed is to incorporate utter loyalty and love for their human owners. This sole characteristic that has been bred into them makes them one of the most loyal, loving dogs a family could have. Let's look at the media's role in our poor education of the pit bull. How much media attention does a non-pit bull attack versus a pit bull attack? If you notice, some of the injuries inflicted by other dogs were worse or even fatal, yet had less news coverage because of the breed involved. When looking at the media, it is clearly they are one-sided. They are more willing to show the negative side of a breed, but hesitate to report anything redeeming about it. For example, in the 2007 Michael Vick case, 48 pit bulls were confiscated and thought to be irrevocably damaged. It was suggested that they all be euthanized. Rather than euthanizing them, 8 agencies took them and rehabilitated them. Most are now living with loving families. However, some have passed the therapy dog course and are now paying it forward, helping rehabilitate the very species that hates them. The success of these dogs was barely reported. It was buried beneath the hubbub of an NFL team losing their star player. 48 of these vicious fighting dogs now give their heart and soul into loving. This is the golden moment for this breed, was lost in the moment and swept away like it never happened. If the media does not want to inform you about what is so great about this breed, I am more than happy to do so. The dedication and loyalty of a pit bull are what make them such good therapy companion dogs. Pit bulls are being used today to provide companionship and therapy to war veterans. In addition to this, they are often taken into children's hospitals and other care centers to provide companionship and love to patients. They are extremely patient dogs, and they love to please. This makes them perfect to making kids smile and giving love where it might otherwise be missed. Another great service that this breed provides is assistance for our law enforcement. Their loyalty ensures the safety of an officer, as they will never let harm come to them. Their determination and eagerness to please ensures the job gets done. The policemen in charge of their dogs develop unbreakable bonds. The reason I chose this topic is because of a special pit bull that has been keeping the woman I love safe for the last 3 years. She has literally saved her life. Since meeting her myself, she has won a place in my heart forever. She is the prime example of what is so great about this species. As we all have learned today, pit bulls are viciously loving, dangerously cute, unpredictably funny, irrationally kind, and unwaveringly devoted. I wanted to present the facts as they are, not as people think they are. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something new about this amazing breed.